right? That's myself as a teenager, because that's Faith Rackley, not Jade Rackley. So this is in Windsor. That's actually that's Bronco in the background on the balcony. That's Bronco and Rita's place. That's me. So wearing my Yankees cap. My dad played baseball growing up. This is ridiculous, man. Honestly, God, these losers that think that I was from some country town. No, but Mum did move. Like, we brought a big horse stud there. We had a horse stud in Sydney. No, we're from Sydney. Like, anyway, that's one of them. Dad's grown up playing baseball, not cricket. I grew up playing soccer, so real football, not rugby league. That's myself. That shirt I'm wearing, my mother had a fit because it was $50. That is Stussy King. There, my Yankees cap. That's actually Bronco. I don't know what Bronco's real name is, but that's Bronco. Rita was his wife. I was close to Rita's son, Jason, back then. Like, Jason, they remember us when we still lived in Rooty Hill, the house that Dad restored in Rooty Hill, 12 Dunsmore Street. It's all gone now. It's all demolished. Like, these Broncos are a friend of my stepfather's. So that's how we knew them. So once my mum remarried, or started dating our stepfather, we actually started keeping in touch with these people. And Jason became a good friend of mine back then. But Jason's Rita's son from someone else. Bronco's his stepfather. So we had a lot in common. I had a stepfather. You had a stepfather. He didn't like Bronco. I didn't like Mark Rackley. That's my twin sister, Amanda. There. And that's my half sister, Faith. And that's me. Okay. And that's Bronco. That's in Windsor, in the suburbs of Sydney. Because, like, we grew up in Sydney. Like, just because Mum brought a property and moved, like, doesn't mean anything. I mean, idiots that make up stories about me wearing glasses. Yep. My first prescription glasses was in 1990. I just refused to wear them because I'm so vain. So I'd only ever wear them when I was away from people and had to read. Apart from that, if I had to read and I'm around people and I had my glasses on, it was like really bad because I wouldn't wear them. Literally, it was like be going because I just wouldn't put my glasses on to read, which, yeah, I need glasses to read. Always have. To America. This is the backyard of, it's actually Mum's copied the photo, so it's actually not good quality. But these are Pop's pigeon race. So my grandfather, Reg Purdy, raced pigeons. We were hanging out in the backyard with his racing pigeons. There's a big Maria in the backyard too. So everything was round. It was hedges in the backyard. Suburbs. They're all from the city. Anyway, I wasn't getting into. I was trying to find. There's a photo of us at St. Aidan's. Oh, here we go. This outfit. Stussy King. Mossimo cap. Oh, get out. I can't believe this. See that trophy I'm holding there in my hand? Okay. So those were days like Stussy King, and that's massive. I'm going to pause this for 1 minute. While I paused it, have a look at the photo. Myself. Okay. Holding that trophy. It's a bit damaged these days. That's the trophy. So, yeah. It's me as a young teenager. All my clothes were designer label, expensive. Everything was whatever the latest fashions were. My mother was very fashionable. So things just changed. She got all that. I mean, there's, like, you can see, like, photos of Mum in the 80s. Hang on, let me grab one. Oh, here's Quakers Hill. Hang on. Marianne and Richard Michalski's wedding at the Polish church in Quakers Hill. All right, so if you have a look here, let me zoom in. That's Richard Michalski, my uncle. That's Mary Michalski, my auntie. That's Amanda Lee Fleming, my twin sister there, next to Marianne. That's myself. See, we were close to our uncle and auntie. So it goes, I miss Mary, but she was turned into a bitch. So you can see my uncle and auntie are at centre. Amanda's, to the side of my auntie. And I'm to the side, that's me there, I'm to the side of my uncle. That's the first time I've ever had short hair in my life. My mum made me cut it off for the wedding. And as you can see, my uncle Richard Michalski had long hair. He was pissed off. Literally, Mum goes, no, I just get ready. She goes, you're not having that long hair for the wedding photos. Takes me down to Doonside, gets my hair cut off. And literally, so I turn up at Uncle Richard's. And he's like, what happened? Like, says, like, Mum made me cut my hair off for the wedding. She's like, what? Carl, we've all got long hair. Like, literally, Mum made me have it cut off. So that was in 1991. The first time I've ever... So other than that, my entire life... So it looks like my hair is short. It's not. It's long. I was tied back my entire life. I've had long hair. Until the first time I've ever had short... And I didn't like it. I hated it. It felt weird. The first time I ever had short hair in my entire life was in 1991. That was the first time. Apart from that, I've always had long hair. So it wasn't long after I grew my hair long again. I was like, nah, it wasn't for me. Having short hair. My uncles all had long hair, everyone had long, and it wasn't some hippie thing, it was the fashion too. There's Uncle Richard. I mean, now Richard's bored, so we can't. Have a look. Uncle Richard. There he is. See his long hair? And if you have a look, actually, is that Sparrow? There's all his groomsmen. All long hair too. See that? They've all got long hair. It's a bit, hang on, there we go. So there's Marion and Richard Mihowski in the centre. A man is there to the side of Marion. I'm there to the side of Richard. That's me. Next to Uncle Richard. And there's the other groom is around the back. All long hair. I grew up ethnic. Oh, idiots go, oh, he said he grew up ethnic. I'm like, yeah. My uncle's Polish. Uncle Richard Mihowski I grew up with since I was 4 years of age. He's Polish. Although his grandmother's Russian. His grandfather's Polish. His auntie Nadia, we've got Nadia here. Got the photos of Nadia somewhere. Well, why not get them out? I was going to do some emails, but I'm already pissed off because dumb cunts who don't know a thing about me have spoken about me in the last 10 years. Oh, fucking losers, man. The people I've met since 2001, I can honestly tell you now, I wish I have never met any of these people that I have met since August 2001. They're fucking losers. A lot of them are fucking dickheads. They just make up stories. So, Nadia Mihowski is actually Macedonian. Where's the box of photos? I'll pause up. So, dickheads from country areas. So, apparently I was from a country town. No, I'm not. In Tamworth's not really a country town. It's classified as a city. But, no. Mum just moved there. Like, we own land in Sydney. I've had deadbeat losers go, oh, if he's from Sydney, how do they have horses? Right? Reg Purdy's from Balmain. He had racehorses. Go ask Mum's cousin. So Brian Keegan, Mum's cousin, which is the Keegan side. Oh, yeah. Here's the other thing that shits me off with fucking immigration. Because it seems that, so, like in America, it's like they've just all married one nationality. They get very confused when you've got more than one mix. It's like, well, my grandmother, Lola, that's why her name's Lola. Her great-grandmother's French. So it goes French, married an Irishman. Which is why Nana always said Julia, her grandmother was French and Irish. Because technically she is. So Bridget Dufresne's French, Matthew Joseph Ryan's Irish. They had Julia, May and Annie. Julia's Nan's grandmother. Okay, May is why Nan's middle name is May, Lola May. Julia had my great-grandmother. So Julia married an Englishman. Like I've already said this in my whole family tree on my mum's side. So Sayer. So Julia married an Englishman, and I don't think any of the Sayers were in Australia. Because, for what I know is, Julia had to go to England to go and meet George Gurley Sayer. I think it's Gurley, his real name. George Sayer's family are in England. It was only George that was out in Australia. And that's my great-grandmother's parents, which is Julia and George Sayer. Anyway, these people are losers. Like, Nan's from Leichhardt. Nan's born in Wellington. And, there's Pop and his brother. That's Reg and Raymond Purdy. My grandfather and his brother. They're fucking losers. Like, Pop is from Balmain. Nan's from Leichhardt. It gets like we're just going around in circles. Oh, here we go. Oh, the jury though. Okay, God. Okay. That's me in Canberra in September 2003. Smoking my cigar from my cigar collection. Look at the jewelry I'm wearing. Look at the ring. Look at the jewelry. Look at the pendant necklace. You know, like no one can look at a fucking photo. Like, yeah, I do have different looks. It depends what I'm doing most of the time. Oh, here we go. Oh, jeez, I've got them all here. Wait a minute. Here's me with Greg Saunders. I knew Greg Saunders from Tamworth, actually. Look at the ring. There's my cigar. I used to smoke a lot of cigars once. I was always smoking cigars. Look at the fucking huge ring on my finger. There you go. Okay, that's me. That's Greg Saunders. That's September 2003. Look at the fucking ring on my finger. So in the last 10 years, see those rings? People started bringing up the jewelry. In the last 10 years, I'm like, really? You see me there? That's 2003. So why are you making out that this jewelry was just brought in the last 10 years when it's there on my hand in 2003? What scam you guys doing? Oh, here we go. My blue suit. There goes my boyfriend at the time, Joey Meta. That's in 2003. Look at that's me at the front. Shit, I should keep this out. That's me. I'm a VIP host at Star Casino, but that's actually a VIP host and executive host function. So I brought my boyfriend along. Big mistake. He wasn't really like-minded to me, but it was fun. Hang on. Here we go. There's me and Anthony. Look at the ring on my finger. Okay, again, that's would be around Christmas time. That's me. Okay, 2003. That's Anthony, another VIP host. Look at the fucking jewelry. So these arseholes made up this. Oh, fucking Deb Mears is one of them. Deb fucking Mears. Mate, fuck off back to your hick town. I lived there for 6 years and I enjoyed the 6 years experience, but not after this bullshit. Like, seriously, all these people have done is made them look like fucking losers. Here we go. Here's my apartment. I've still got these. Well, all right. So when I had my own apartment in 1997. Oh, there's that blonde guy I used to have a crush on. Anyway, I always had a thing for white skin and blonde. Shit. There's a first. This fur coat that I don't know who that. Her name was Christy. That's not Christy Childs, anything like that. That's someone who was a teacher at Armidale University. She came down to my apartment. I was having a massive big house party. That's a man's fur coat. That's not a female's fur coat. That's a man's fur coat. That's my apartment. In 1997, I used to wear fur coats. They were men's fur coats. I've still got one left. I had one from, I think it was Cornelius Fur. Off camera. Cornelius Fur, that was in, I think, here's how tight my body was. That's just my stomach. And someone's taking a shot there. That was done in June 1997. That was me. But look, I always had expensive clothing. There's a photo of me that's taken. Here's the person. Here he is. Okay. This is hang on, I'm going to take it off camera because she's flashing herself. So the person that's wearing my fur coat is that lady there. And this one, let me cover her up. This person here, I used to do, this person here was a stripper. That one here, that's D. Yeah. Any more of that? But anyway. I started trying to find photos of my crucifix when I was younger, but anyway. And Uncle Richard Mahowski, his family, which will be here somewhere. I'll pause and try and find it. Another photo. That's my grandfather's an old man, not long before he died. That's Reginald George Purdy. Okay. That there, if you see, okay, over his shoulder, that's the hibiscus in a square. Pop, here, everything had to be a hedge. Actually, here we go. That's me. That's at down south. That's in, was it 2005, I think? 2005, it was just after the Cher concert. So that's myself down south. I used to be very tight, abs, thin. It was I was down there with Arthur. Where is he? It was Arthur's. One of the guys from work invited me down. That was him. I didn't stay long. Alfio Banana picked me up. He was coming through. It wasn't really my scene. Except I was being cheeky. I was down there. So I don't really like being lied about in the last fucking 10 years. And I'm not going to put up with it. Actually, where's the other photo of us? Yeah, there's no one putting up with it. So you can pay me 10 years now. Like, it's, oh, he's copying. Oh, who the fuck started this? What, some fucking loser hairdresser. I bet. This thing's really rubbed me the wrong way. Honest to fucking God. I just went to a new hair salon for a haircut and treatment back in late 2013. La Boutique hair salon. I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit. The fucking hairdresser, over the top. It's like, mate, you don't involve yourself in your client's life. Oh, she did. Oh, here's myself. That's my twin. So you can see I always have long black hair. That is New Year's Eve out the front of Luna Park there. That's in 2004 New Year's Eve. That's my twin sister Amanda on my shoulders. That is myself and my twin sister, just there. That is my boss, Jackie Phillips, ex-boss, her partner, Cherie, myself, my best friend, Ronnie Sard, and my twin sister. And I'm going to upload this to social media. Perth. Oh, there's my dad. Okay. This is there's my, okay. Well, I found one with me wearing my crucifix over my shirt. So I have my shirt buttoned up like this and we wear my crucifix down here. I found one photo where it was similar to that, taken in January 2000. So that's myself there. Okay, you can see the crucifix there. That's my twin sister and that's my father, Mark Ian Fleming. So that's at Sydney Airport. That's us there. That's Mark Ian Fleming, Amanda Lee Fleming, and Justin Mark Fleming. I'll keep that out. Put it in the frame. So there's one. I was trying to find that photo because some idiots were making up stories. Oh, here we go. And there's Nadia. That's Nadia Michalski. That there, that's at the Pigeon Club over in Blacktown. That's Nadia Michalski. That's Richard Michalski's auntie. She's Macedonian. So when people, fuck immigration, they're fucking losers. Seriously, I'm there going, oh, here's Margie Clay. That's my mum's junior secretary, and that's Ross Goodwich. Oh, great. Margie Clay was one of our oldest friends. Used to go around telling people how close we were. I knew Justin and Amanda before they were born because I was his mum's secretary when she was pregnant. Yeah, what happened in the last 10 years, Margie? What'd you forget about our lifelong friendship since before we were born in 79? That's Margie Clay and Ross Goodrich. Okay? What the fuck happened? Oh, you couldn't stand up for me, could you? That's the Polish church. That's the Polish church where all my cousins are baptized. And there we go. There's the rest of the Michalskis. So there's Nadia there. Look, I remember Nadia well. The others. Oh, there's Paul Michalski, Uncle Richard's brother. I can't remember his wife's name, but I liked Paul. They're all old now. Oh, here we go. There's actually, hang on, where's that photo? Wait a minute. There's a pair of soccer shorts that I've had since I was a teenager. I still wear today. They're full of holes. And I'm actually wearing them in this photo. Fucking arseholes. Seriously, I'm just fed up with being lied about. That's my auntie, Miriam. It's Miriam Michalski. It's mum's younger sister. There, that's Hayden Michalski. Okay, see how blonde his hair is? His hair's black as now. Went from blonde to black. The baby there, that's Luke Michalski. That's Bradley Michalski. These are my cousins. And that's Uncle Richard Michalski. Right? Yeah, thanks, guys. I don't talk to them. Not after the last 10 years. Seriously, you get to a point where it's like, well, you can't have your own relatives back? Fuck off. Like, until you're ready to be half decent to your own family members, piss off. Hang on. Like, the bullshit that's been made up about me over the years, I'm like, no. Nope. Not going to come back into my life with that crap. Anyway. So that's, yeah. So you can see that I've always worn a crucifix. So when I'm doing my shit up like this, my crucifix all chains hang out. I've shown in those videos. There's photos of me from my early 20s. You can see that. Or even 20. So not just early 20s. Talking about a photo of when I'm 20 years of age. So, I was actually going to look inside, try and find the photo when I'm a kid, making my first Holy Communion, where I had my shirt buttoned up like this and my chains hanging over it. Because that's what I always did. But everyone still reckons 2016 was real. And all the bullshit since 2016 to 2018, don't you? But that's me. There we go. In January 2000. That's myself right there. That's me. That's my twin sister. That's my father, Mark Ian Fleming. Good luck, dickheads. That fucking dumb cocaine addict, Belinda Jeffries. Let me go back to that loser. Listen here, you dumb cunt from Penrith. You're someone's hairdresser. That's all you are. Know your place in society. You dumb fuckwit, is someone's hairdresser. That's all you are. You're nothing more than a person's hairdresser. They come to you for a haircut and treatment. When I introduce her to people in public, it's like, that's my hairdresser. Now she's not. She's the fucking loser. She's worse than Stephanie DeSalis. Like, seriously, Stephanie DeSalis, Liz, I was introduced to once getting a coffee. This thing, I went there for, it's a paid transaction. I get my hair done. I'm paying to have my hair done. We're not friends. We are not friends. You do not have a right to involve yourself in your client's life. And the bullshit she made up, it's like, but I've known you. It's the same thing. Same thing with Larry Altavilla. Larry Altavilla's mother-in-law, this fucking deadbeat. These people don't know me. And Larry's like, oh, we were friends. Larry, I met you in 2011. Okay? We were acquaintances if best. 2011, and every time you used to ring my ex, Gio, to say, oh, let's catch up. I'm like, oh, do we have to? Because if we have to go to Rojo Rockets once more and get his mother-in-law palmed off onto us, I'm going to fucking hit the roof. Like, we're not friends. Okay, 2011 is when I met him. Rainey Francis, when did she open Twig? Across the road from where I lived in Surrey Hills. Doesn't know me, doesn't know a thing about me. Stephanie DeSalis was someone that stalked me. Who else did idiots gather information from? Oh, ex-boyfriends like Sam Delati. What? I wouldn't even introduce Sam Delati to my dad, Mark Fleming, at Pop Reginald George Purdy's funeral because I didn't want Sam knowing anything about me or my family. Kid you not, like my dad's at his ex-father-in-law's funeral in November 2002. He's there, and Sam was here, and I walked away from Sam to go and sit down and have a chat. As soon as Sam was coming, I intercepted and came back. I was like, I didn't want Sam knowing anything about my life because he was just a little fucking bitch. Like, he runs around telling people he knows me. I'm like, he's my ex-boyfriend. That's it, nothing more. He doesn't know me. And he goes, oh, I know your mother. I know your sister Faith Bracken. I'm like, she's my half-sister. And that's all you know because my mother shows up. And I leave it as that so these people can't go to people saying, oh, I know him. It's like, he doesn't know me. I dated him. So I literally, and that's also because in November 2002, before that, I had already left Sam Delati. And I'm like, I don't want him knowing anything about my fucking family. The guy's a fucking wanker. Him and the way his family carry on, the fucking idiots. So, yeah, deliberate. So my dad, who I'm really close to, Mark Ian Fleming, he was at Pop Reginald George Purdy's funeral. He was there with his his late sister's late sister's husband. They're not exes. So his brother-in-law, Barry. Because Barry was actually close to my mum's father. And I didn't introduce Sam to my dad because I was like, well, Sam's not in my life. So I don't really need him being introduced to my dad. So if I'm going to introduce anyone to my family, like, seriously, I would have introduced, like, for example, my nan, my late grandmother, Lola May Purdy. So she passed away in May 2018. Sorry, I find it really hard to talk. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but I've got so much phlegm in the back of my throat. Every time I try to talk, it feels like it's rolling around phlegm in the back of my throat. That's why I'm pausing. Head swallowing. So, like, Lola would say, oh, Justin's friend Rachel, that he always catches up with for coffee at the Queen Victoria building. Like, my nan would sit there and be like, no. She goes, yeah. Oh, when Justin was working in Parramatta in 2000, he helped Rachel move. Him and his lovely friend As If. Like, Nan would sit here and still remember As If. As If and Chantel Sharma. Another friend of mine from Parramatta, Chantel Sharma, I haven't seen her for years. No, I haven't seen her for 25 years, actually. So Chantel Sharma, Michael Rankins, As If, And Nan would be like, oh, yes, when the boys, Rachel was moving, so the boys went over and helped her move, and Rachel came, which was living just up the road from me. That's how Nan was on, because Rachel was living up the road from Nan's in Blacktown. And she's like, oh, when she was living up here, and then she moved into Bondi, but Wesley, oh, so lovely, stayed living there in Blacktown. And Justin and Rachel, well, they moved to the city. That's how Nan used to talk. And Nan knew Rachel well. Be like, oh, you're going to go see your friend. I'm meeting out the Queen Victoria building for coffee. Oh, that's how Nan was. You know, Nan's from the city. They moved to the suburbs to have land. So Nan would tell you, like Rachel Simmons, Rodney Sard. Nan would talk about Rodney Sard. All these other people, and Nan would like, yeah, what is Carol dragging people into Justin's life again? These aren't his friends. Like literally, my Nan would sit there and be like, yeah, I know Justin's friends. Carol knows nothing about him. But I'll tell you who his friend is. Rodney Sard, Rachel Simmons. That's what Lola would say. But anyway, Margie Clay. Yeah. Thanks, Margie. That's Mum's junior secretary. When they all worked for Ian Scholback. Oh, thanks, Margie. Yeah, oh, I'm good friends with Justin. I've known Justin since before he was born. I was his mum's junior secretary. Yeah, Margie, I do. But thank you for helping the last 10 years. That's Ross Goodrich. That's her second husband. I, grew up with Margie and her first husband, Trevor. So, Trevor, I remember when they still lived in Mitchenbury. Then they moved to that massive big McMansion in Kellyville. That was when they were on the rocks because I went over, I was catching up. I remember I'm over there having drinks with Margie and Bev Jones, and I'm working at a nightclub around the corner of where I was working at the Gazebo Hotel in Church Street, Parramatta. And Bev's like, you're doing what? Like Bev was like, oh, Justin, we don't like that. Like that's a really rough nightclub. I'm like, it's extra money till I go to America, Bev. It's fine. She's like, and Margie and Bev, I adored Bev Jones, one of Mum's closest friends growing up, back when Bev was married to Lindsay. And they're there. So I'm in Kellyville back before Margie and Trevor divorced. And I was getting ready for work, and they're like, oh, that's a bit... I was like, don't worry, next year I've got the job at Star Casino. I'm starting in March next year when I get back from America. And that's the whole thing. I was doing hosting at the Powerhouse back in 1999. So that's why I chose as a casino hosting, I chose then as my main career. I always studied design, always studied art. All this bullshit that, he copied Gio. Oh, apparently Gio's done art. Oh, fuck off. Giovanni's got mental fucking health issues. Oh, Giovanni's art. He painted a canvas with red, put crackling paint over it, and then painted it with white, and it crackled, and that's art. No, that's not art. You're a fucking mental case that have just lied about your partner for years. I wish I never met the loser. Him and his fucking friends and his fucking family piss off back to Adelaide. I can't stand Giovanni Consalvo. I can't stand his fucking friends. I can't stand his fucking family. The guy's a fucking con man. The guy's a fucking con man. He's obviously been pandered to his entire life, given everything, and never taught to take responsibility. That's why he kept committing fraud. The guy forged my signature. Then I've literally had people say, oh, why'd you change your signature? I'm like, well, so... there's documents with my signature forged on them, and it's actually my business signature that I use for everything. So I've got two. I've got a signature that I used to sign my artwork and design work with, which will be somewhere. And what I did for a period of time, while I was waiting to see if any other documents would surface that had my actual signature on them, I started using my design signature on everything. So even on my documents in America, when I moved there, I was using my design signature, which is... I shouldn't be doing this on video, but there's two signatures for me. One's my design and art signature. The other one's my normal. So, here. Okay. Blank. Let me... Oh. Elaine. Something. Yeah, this is bullshit. I hope he fucking gets arrested for fraud. I've had a gut for the fucking shit since I met the cunt. And I've had a gut for my family shit. So, we copied Gio. No, I didn't. So any family member that doesn't know anything about me, piss off. See ya. I've already had a gutful. And all you got to do is watch the DVD from 2007 where I'm using my place as a set. There you go. Oh, and the fuckwit gay community is part of this as well. There's both my signatures. Okay, that's it. Whoop. I shouldn't really, but one's design, one's art and design, and one's my business. So all I did was when I saw that Giovanni had signed a shitload of documents in my name, and I'm talking about a shitload, I was like, fuck. So all I did was stop using my so for a few years I was like, okay, I'm going to stop using my actual signature and just switch to using my design signature all the time. So there is identification in both, and that's what I did. And there's identification in both signatures. And he did. He forged my everyday signature. So I just went ahead and started using my art and design signature. And then that's why I changed and added my art and design name onto my birth certificate in 2017, because I found out he was still signing my signature. So all the bullshit lies that everyone's been saying, it's like, no. All I did was, I do have a name that I use as my Latin name. And the Latin name's because I'm Roman Catholic. You learn what your name is in Latin when you grow up in Roman Catholic schooling. I did. Well, not just Latin. You actually learn, because Justin, for an example, like the priest that said to you, like when I was going through the whole making my confirmation, and here's it, pause it, making my confirmation as a Roman Catholic, to dad's side, like Rebecca LeMay, you're a fucking loser. You are not Roman Catholic. You're Protestant. Okay? Your confirmation is completely different to mine. Your mass is different to mine. What you say in your sermons is different to mine. You're under King James's Bible. I'm under the Roman Catholic Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament, under the Vatican. We are completely different religions. Just so you know. Because they are fucking dickheads on my dad's side. Unpin. So when I went through my schooling, you learned that Justin wasn't a name. Justin's modern Christianity name. But the original way it's spelled, you'll learn how it's originally spelled. The same as Mark, M-A-R-K, is modern Christianity. Okay, you'll learn how it all changed, because that's part of your religion. So when I had to pick my confirmation name in 1992, I picked Payan, because I wanted Saint Payan, Saint Peter, because it was horse lover or something. That's how. I was going to do Sosim, but it had to be a saint's name. So in the Bible, in the biblical term, Sosim means survivor. Okay, that's why. So this is all part of my religion. Being brought up and raised in strict Roman Catholic, which I have, and you've got dickheads going, oh, he hasn't. It's like, yeah, I have. I was going to church all the time. I never stopped until more recently, because the way the people are starting to view it now. But yeah, I'm brought up and raised, where is it? Strict Roman Catholic. Always have been. If you knew me, you would know. Fucking this loser, Belinda Jeffrey, she's only my hairdresser. Like, seriously, I don't know how many times she's been told to fuck off. She's a fucking deadbeat. She's an absolute fucking deadbeat. Like, you're someone's hairdresser and you stalk your client's life, you're a fucking loser. Seriously. Now, where's my first Holy Communion? Here we go. There you go. This is how Roman Catholics do it. That's myself and my twin sister at our first Holy Communion. Alright. There we go. So, yeah. Man is dressed up as a bride. Whatever. But that's how Roman Catholics do it. Actually, I'm wearing... You probably can't see it. I think you can see the clip on my tie. So even when I wore a tie, you would see the crucifix over the tie. Where is it? Oh, they're fucking losers of people, man. I've never met... Oh, here we go. That's Kumara painted cover writing 4. That's myself doubling my twin sister. This photo, okay, this looks like it's in the bush, right? You're going to laugh when I tell you where it's taken. Have a look at Amanda's shirt. That's this is Jamboree. This is for Kumara. That's horse is called Gayland Little Pride. This photo is taken 5 minutes from Castle Hill Towers. This is in Castle Hill. We used to ride our horses around Castle Hill. That's myself behind my twin sister Amanda. So for people who don't have money, people who had money to have horses could ride their horses around Moore Park, Castle Hill, in Sydney. Also, people like Belinda Jeffries, who's a deadbeat cocaine addict. She's a fuck. Like, honest to God, I've had a gutful. She's a fucking loser. And and the family members that made comments about me, it's like, oh my God. Like, we're talking about family members that wasn't in my life. One, growing up, because my dad's side, I'm up to half an hour on that video, all right. My dad's side, there was a divide in the family for years. Like, you've got family members that wouldn't even know that I rode horses growing up. It's like, yeah, I used to ride, but I wouldn't forsake soccer. Because did I keep any of my soccer trophies? I know I threw a lot out, unfortunately. Well, I had no choice. Fucking America. So yeah. Oh, damn. I probably don't have. I've got one in the cabinet anyway. So I wouldn't miss out on a soccer game for a horse show. So if they clashed, I would choose soccer over horses. But when Mum moved, I became more competitive in my horse riding because I didn't have soccer. And like, so that's all that it's something so simple like that. It's like, so I've always written at nationals and royals and horse shows. There's a newspaper article written back when I'm a little toddler on a horse in Blacktown Show. I'm actually in the paper. So I've always rode horses competitively, but I would not forsake my soccer for a horse show. That's the difference. So when we're kids, it'd be like, oh, there's a horse show that's classic with soccer, so I went to soccer instead. And Dad would take me to, so Dad Mark Fleming would take me to soccer. But when Mum moved from Sydney, they didn't have soccer. And they didn't. It wasn't done. Everyone was playing fucking rugby league. And rugby league is shit. Seriously, a whole heap of friggin', like, where's the skill in rugby league? Like, there's no ball skill. Oh, we're just meatheads that grab a ball, run and barge each other. Like, honestly, that's what the game is. It's like, so you pick up a ball, you run and you barge each other. You stop, you pick up a ball, I'm like, this is so fucking crap. It's so common. Like, it's so plebetarian. Like, rugby league is just so fucking common and pleb. So, no, I never liked it. And Carol never followed it until she got with her second husband. Like, her first husband played baseball. So, there you go. Like, I still got Dad's baseball trophies. And I've got my mitt from when I was a little kid. And I used to play baseball with my dad. That's my mitt. It's my dad's trophy. So, soccer. So, real football. Not like this ridiculous plebetarian shit. And baseball. And then equestrian riding. I'm not from the country. I'm not from a country town. So idiots who were like making up all these stories. I'm like, yeah, you've made up a lot of stories in the last 10 years because someone's trying to do a big scam. It's not going to work. Simple. I knew. There's Belinda Jeffries. Like the fucking loser. Josie. Oh, that's what she did. I was over at Lazy Bones and she's there going, hey, Josie. Fuck, she calls herself Wunny. Oh, it's Wunny. What's Wunny? Like, I literally grew up in an environment where I wouldn't let someone call me by my first name because it's disrespectful. It is disrespectful. Like, if it's a business. I still call people like who I'm actually friends with Mrs. and Mr. Because that's how I was raised. And I've literally had stupid people that are just dragged up, which is my cousins on Dad's side, go, oh, that's because it's a country thing. I'm like, Reginald George Purdy's from Balmain. Mum's father's from Balmain. You guys don't know that because you don't know anything about Mum's side. And vice versa. But no, it's not. It's not some country thing. It's respect. And I'm sure Nana Fleming wouldn't allow it either. Okay, so they're all from the city. So Pop, Reginald George Purdy's from Roselle, Balmain. Lola's from Leichhardt. Dad's father, Stanley's from Botany Bay. Dad's mother's from Abbotsford, although she's born in Five Dock. So that's where my grandparents are all from. And that's it. So it's not a country thing. It's a respect. And that's how I was brought up. I still call Mrs. and Mr. Thompson, Mrs. and Mr. Thompson. You know, Esther, although they've moved, the Morbys, Mrs. Morby. Until she says, Justin, you can call me Esther. Same as with Caroline Thompson. She'll be like, Justin, you can call me Caroline. I'm like, I know, but I can't. It's disrespectful. You know? That's how we were raised. It's always Mr. and Mr. And you'd be going to businesses and they'll call you Justin. It's like, it's Mr. Fleming. Sorry. But I don't do this modern, plebetarian, low social income. Oh, we're also personal. How is it personal? Because then you don't. And here's the thing. Let me tell you what my grandfather Reg told me. Okay. You always get someone's surname. Okay. Because you'll be like, okay. So if you're trying to talk about someone, oh, you know, Mark. Mark who? Oh, don't know their surname. So how do you not know their surname? And that's the thing. So my grandfather would be like, straight away, so you're talking about like if he says Frank Zemet. So, Semet's go and speak to Mr. Semet. Like this is like Frank Semet, pop new, so forth. So it would be like first and last name. And a business is always last name, surname. Otherwise, how do you know who the person is? If you don't know their surname, how do you not know who they are? And that's the whole thing my grandparents used to focus on. So if you don't know their surname, then you don't know the person. It's that simple. And both Reg and Lola were massive. They were big on it. It's like, well, if you don't know their surname, you don't know the person. So you always introduce yourself. You always get their surname. And they never... And, Mum's the same. We weren't raised to be disrespectful. No, I still call Mrs. and Mr. Fisher. Jan Fisher, same thing if I run into them. The only people I call by their first names like Margie Clay, because she's like a relative to me. Ross Goodbridge. Same thing. So, all right, that is got to be about 40 minutes now, so leave it at that. But I was going to finish with... I've already shown... my fedoras. There we go. Alex, I saw this. So I've always had hat collections as well. So does my mum. That's my auntie Miriam Mihowski. Okay. She's wearing one of my... I'm like, go on, Miriam. Wearing one of my fedoras. Okay. That's back years ago. That's out the front of Kerry Road. So when you've got losers of people who don't know... And we're talking about the gay community too. So fuck me, dude. I love in the last 10 years or since someone gave me an overdose on G in 2016, all the bullshit that idiots were making up, going, yeah, none of it's true. But people are just dumb. I've got everything in here. I have to get my... oh, there we go. Huh. Oh, that's my Versace. Okay. So, again, long hair. But see how I've got it down here? I've got it sort of with a little sort of quiff in the front. Going up here because I'm going out. Ben-Hur. See my big crucifix there? There's mine mirroring. So there. That's me at Ben-Hur. Always. So you'd always see me wearing big crucifixes over, because that's part of, well, it's our religion. But again, Giovanni Craig and Salvo is not Roman Catholic. He's a Mormon. They don't wear crucifixes. So when he's wearing a crucifix, he's copying me. I'm Roman Catholic. We wear crucifixes. That's it. Over our clothing. So, anyway, that's it. I've had a gut full of losers of people. And considering some deadbeats thought that they could involve themselves in my life, even my dad's side, it's like, man, we didn't grow up together. I've had a gut full of Rebecca Johnson. Years ago, we're sitting there, she's like, oh, but we're related, love, but we're cousins, we're all the same. You weren't born, I wasn't born, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. You weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. I'm like, what the fuck? We're not the same. We're not even the same religion. Like, we're not the same. You brought up Povo. You're a pleb. You don't even know your left foot from your right foot. Well, you're a fucking plebetarian. Like they're going, oh, she goes, oh, my mother worked. I'm like, Auntie Sarah just didn't fucking work. She babysit kids. What education did your dad's older sister have? She married your deadbeat father, who's a drunk, and you guys had no money. You dragged up deadbeats. My mum's a paralegal. My dad's an actual proper builder. Okay? Besides the fact that I'm glad they divorced in the 80s. But we still had a very affluent lifestyle that you never had. Like, we're the same, are we? Where's your stable complex that's worth more than a house? Because the stable complex at my mother's is worth more than most people's houses. Where's your thoroughbred hack that's worth more than a BMW? Because I sold my thoroughbred hack in 2005 for more than what my BMW was worth when I sold it. So we're the same. Fuck off, we're the same. The only thing that we've got similarity is that we share grandparents. The only thing that's the same about us is that we have the same grandparents. It's the grandparents. So the only similarity at all is that Ruby Jean Hill and Stanley Fleming are our grandparents. That's all. Apart from that, there is nothing that's similar between anyone, and that can be said with mum's side as well. We're completely different upbringing to mum's sister's children. The only thing that we're the same is we share grandparents. The families are completely different. There is no same traditions. Okay, do you go to midnight mass, do you? Because we went to midnight mass our entire life. Then come home from midnight mass, do mum and open our gifts. Like we're always allowed to open a gift after mass. Okay? We'd share our religious beliefs in my household. I enjoy with my mother. We'd be sitting up all night on Christmas Eve. We'd have things that we do. We'll be eating, we'll be laughing, we'll be opening presents. Do you do that as mum's sister and her children? No. It is completely different. Okay? We went to church. We have our own family beliefs. We have things that we may have even carried on that was my mum's grandmother, because my mum was close to her grandmother. My mum cooks my mum's grandmother's cakes. No one else in the family does this. Mum carried on traditions that come from her grandmother. No one else did. So we're not the same. Like our upbringing is not the same as our cousin's upbringing. There's nothing at all. And I find that this is where you go for immigration, and especially America, because it's so plebiscitarian, that everybody stays exactly the same. They all still live in the same area. Oh, my parents have been here for 20 years. I'm like, oh God, so you don't evolve. There's no evolution. So I find in a country like America that you're poor, you stay poor. There's no evolution. You don't evolve. Like my family evolves. Like Reg and Lola. Okay, Nan wanted land. She wanted a front yard and a backyard. She was adamant she was not going to raise a family in the city. There was no way she was raising her kids in a terraced house, a concrete backyard. No. Pop didn't want to move. Well, he had no choice. Nan got what she wanted. She wanted that 1960s suburban lifestyle where there was air conditioning in the self-serves. You know, where she could send her children to tennis lessons, where they had horses. That's what Nan wanted. Nan got it. Okay, they evolved. They moved from the city to a brand new suburban area and evolved. Okay, that's what people do. They move. Mum, okay, the suburbs of where we were born and raised, they started buying people's land. Okay, so where you had land, they were buying land where there's one house, one family, one affluent family. Because you have a look what that family has: boats, horses, land, cars, everything. Big house on a block of land. Okay, affluent. But developers wanted to build low-income housing there because there was all this land close to the city. And that's basically, this is how we had land close to the city. So developers want that to bring low-income people in. So here's one family. Okay, where I'm born and raised, or that area, there was one family on this whole land. Okay, developers brought that. So they were doing this all around us. So everybody all around us. So you had beautiful, affluent people that had race horses or hack horses. And we're talking about horses worth thousands of dollars, more than what people's cars were worth, you know. And they started getting their land brought off them. And they moved. So then what happened was that house got demolished and they started building low-income houses right next door to us. So in 1989, Mum sold. Developers brought our property, demolished it all, flat, and from one family that left, 30 families were put in the same spot, and there were 30 poor people to replace one affluent family. And that's what Australia is. That's what the suburbs are. That's what Sydney is. It's just a cesspit of low socioeconomic people. Okay, and that's what they did. Like, we had our place demolished to the ground, completely flat, swimming pool, everything gone. And from one affluent family, there's 30 povo poor people in the same block. So that's, you know, we moved. So we had evolution. And the people that moved in there are poor. So it turned the area from being a beautiful area into the slums. But you can see that. What do you think is going to happen? You move one family. You move one family out that's got affluent, that is off competing at nationals and royals, that has the money to do that. You move that one family out of an area and you move 30 poor people into an area. What do you think is going to happen to the area? It's poor. It's a ghetto. You're creating a ghetto. And that's exactly what happened. Well, I'm so happy that my mother moved. Like seriously, I went back to the area we owned a horse stud in back in 2016, and I was mortified. I was mortified because we used to walk down to the cafe on the corner where the Greeks had the fish and chips, and I used to go and get Andronicus coffee. I was mortified to see how the place looked, and it's slums. It's slums, it's ghetto, it's trash. And I'm like, oh God, in the 80s and early 90s, this was so nice. Well, more the 80s was so nice. No, it's just so disgusting now. Oh, it's foul. I looked at it and was like, Jesus Christ. Well, lucky Mum moved. Imagine living here now. So Mum moved, we sold, and we moved to an affluent street. She brought in a nice affluent, and she was lucky. They're not poor people that Mum moves around, by far. Because, when people have got the money just to go off on a horse show or horse event on the weekend, you've got disposable income. Mum's neighbour, Marge, multi-millionaire. But then Mum's other neighbour where she lives now, Bly. Oh no, he's sold, Michael Bly. His parents did own North Sydney. The Morbys have gone now, so there's no one left there that I really knew. But I enjoyed my mum's neighbours. It's because where we lived in the suburbs, there's no one that we grew up around there. People we grew up around own thoroughbred hacks. Okay, they sold their properties like we did. There's like you go out there and have a look, and there's all these low income houses that we've been built across people that have big homes. So we had a big house with stables, okay, swimming pool, landscape gardens. So did our neighbours. Well, they were demolished, and low income housing was built over the top of us. So anyone we grew up around doesn't live there now. Not in the areas I'm born and raised in, of course not. Well, they're all low income people now that live there. Like there's nothing left of anyone that we would ever know. And again, like my family wasn't from that area. My grandparents moved from the city to that area. The same as Parramatta. The last ones to leave Parramatta who had a gutful of Dad's younger sister. So, like my grandparents on Dad's side. So Stanley is from Botany Bay. Ruby is from Abbotsford. When they were raising their family, they moved to the Federation suburb, the Wentworthville of Parramatta. Oh, Dad's raised in Parramatta. Okay, but Dad's lived at Empire Bay as long as my mum's lived in New England. Right? My grandparents in the early 80s had it moved. The change was going on. So they moved from Parramatta and Christ, how old was I? I'll tell you when they moved, around the time that they moved, I can tell you. It was about a year before Pop died. So, because I was only a little kid, because they moved to the area where we had the holiday house. And what age was Pop when he died? Well, my parents were still together, so Pop died in 87. 87, I thought it was 86. Because he died after Mum and Dad divorced. Right? Yeah, so Stanley Fleming, the other Pop, he died in 87. So they must have moved there in 86 then. All right, when they went from Parramatta. But the area they moved to is where we always holidayed. So they moved out along beach, beautiful. I used to lay in the front bedroom at Nan's, and you get the sea breeze through the bedroom. Like literally, yeah, just lay. It was like, I'll be laying on Nan's bed this summer afternoon. You could feel that gusk of beautiful sea breeze. They used to come up Bengalow Street. It was beautiful right there. Her brother, he moved from Leichhardt. So Nan, when they were moving, they moved from Parramatta. But Nan's family was still living in Leichhardt. That's what I say to people. It's like, yes, but you're making big mistakes here because you're not looking at the facts. The fact is there was only 2 people that moved from the city to the suburbs and then moved elsewhere. Reg and Lola moved from the inner city to the suburbs. Okay. Stanley and Ruby moved from the inner city to the suburbs. Okay. Ruby's brother still lived in the inner city. When my grandfather Stanley was passing away, he contacted Uncle George Hill. And George Hill was living with his partner, long-term partner, Uncle John, in Leichhardt still. And he said, would you move up here? I'm dying. I need someone to be close to your sister. So he did. So Uncle George Hill moved up and lived down the road on Bengalow Street. Uncle George and Uncle John lived on Bengalow Street, just down the road from Nan and Ruby. And then Stanley passed away. So that's still on me up because I've got to leave in a minute. So yeah, that's facts. Like, so this whole bullshit about where people were from, Okay, well, if you want to get back to the facts, we're from the inner city. Like, but the only person left really in the inner city besides myself is mum's cousin. Everyone moves, evolves. You know, and the same thing. So Dad's younger sister, Aunt Linda and Uncle Tony, they had a gutful. They went. They're like, no, packed up, went. That was back in 2015. They moved down to Barrel. So Aunt Linda and Uncle Tony are down there. They're a bit libertarian for me. A bit leftist. A bit socialism. But they're down there. But, you know, where they're from? Parramatta. Where's their parents from? Botany and Abbotsford. Okay? All of Ruby's family is around was around the inner city suburbs of Sydney. Stanley Fleming, who knows what country his family's in. Okay? But anyway, then that's the facts. We keep going around circles because these people are fucking dumb. They want to hear the facts. They want to make up stories. Oh, but he was from the country. No, I wasn't from the country, but I did live there for 6 years. It was great. I got to play polo cross every October. So, yeah. It was great. It was fun, actually. But playing polo cross every October, yeah, that was fun. When you look at the sport that I actually did, which is really strict equestrian riding, having a bit of fun where you don't have to, well, it was fun. Put it that way. I used to hang out to do polo cross. I wouldn't miss it. Absolutely loved playing polo cross every October. But the rest of the year I had to compete in nationals and royals, so really strict horse riding. Which I've got any photos here. But every October was fantastic. I got to play polo. So, I'm so sorry that the Deadbeat Housing Commission people don't understand what that's like. You never will. And I don't believe in this whole bullshit of, spreading of wealth and stuff. Sorry. No, you don't have what you have because you didn't work for it. Okay? I come from 2 full-time working parents who I never saw growing up. Okay? I worked every day of my life. I worked every school holiday except for October when I was at a sporting event. Okay? By the way, I'm sorry, I need to put it up. Here's the photo of my bedroom at Nan and Pop's in Kerry Road, Blacktown. See my agili? So can I just say again, who did I copy? See that? That's the Russian tea chest there. That's in 2003. See that statue? There, you see that? Yeah, so when I was being a smart ass telling people that I had it commissioned, no, I didn't. There it is there. Okay? You see the pedestal it's standing on? That was purchased up the road there in, Prospect. Okay? You see the agili? There it is. This is 2003. That's my bedroom in 2003. See Zeus? Yeah. So when I'm playing a prank on Belinda Jeffries, see that statue? I just had it commissioned by an artist and I didn't even know. I didn't remember until it turned up. I was pretending to have memory loss. I did it deliberately. Yeah. Pretending to have dementia and memory loss was fun. It was so easy to fuck people over. Especially when they're cocaine dealers. It was so easy to fuck everyone over in the last 10 years. Because everything I did from 2016 to 2018 was acting. There's my bedroom. Right there. There you go. That's in 2003. And here it is here. 2003. That's my bedroom. So, like I said, if you're too dumb to look at a photo or a video, you guys are fucked. Are you fucked? I can't. Seriously, you lot are absolute fucked. I'm going to go after everyone. Hey, shouldn't have lied about me in 2015 and then this bullshit wouldn't have happened.